Alright, so a lot of progress has been made on the Project our E46 I've been working on. Haven't been filming too much because it's kind of been a total grind to kind of just get it done. So I'm going to give you kind of a quick update as to where we're at. Here is the dip out of my 328i. It's a 293 rear end. I had Tim weld it. My buddy Tim came over and welded the diff for me. Obviously I painted the diff cover Satin Lagoon. I just laid down the RTV sealant on it, waiting for it to cure, so we can put that back into. This is the rear end of the E46. Cleaned and degreased it all and painted the applicable things Satin Lagoon, so transmission cross, or the diff protection brace, control arm, subframe, all Satin Lagoon, rear trailing arm, cassette, I think they call it, a cassette bracket, whatever. This is the E46, still in the air, obviously. Kind of a mess right now. Today we're gonna weld the reinforcements in. So you can see I cut out the access holes on the top side. Here are the 3 spot welds, 1, 2, and 3, and there's a sheet metal underneath. Tim's gonna join those all up, and same on the other side. 3 spot welds, 1, 2, and 3. Here's the sheet metal underneath. We're gonna tie this all together, prevent any fracturing. There was a minor bit of damage on this spot weld right here, but I just ground it out. It was very minor, which is good. Caught that. All right. Let's crawl under the car where it's nice and dirty. All right. So online people said they lowered the gas tank and pushed it out of the way, but that kind of sketched out my friend Tim, who's doing the welding, so I removed it completely. So no gas tank. We drained it out back and put all the fuel in those gas canisters over there. Here are the 4 subframe mounts. Lights not plugged in. So here's one of our subframe mounts. This one had no damage. All we had to do was grind off all the rubber undercoating and sealant, get bare metal here so Tim can weld on a reinforcement plate. Same for this side. Again, there was no damage. It's just a matter of grinding off all the seam sealer, rubber undercoating, and years of filth. What seemed to work best for me is to use a sanding disc to really kind of cut into it. Once there was some bare metal exposed, I could use a wire wheel and kind of dig into it. Here is the right rear post for the subframe. Again, grind it all down, clean it up. This side had no damage either, which is good. Makes the repair pretty straightforward. This side is the driver rear, the left rear. This is the area that's known to have be the most trouble prone. You can see I actually had a minor bit of cracking here. I kind of just ground it out. We'll kind of tighten that up with a little bit of weld and grind, and that'll be good to go. And everything else looks good. I mean, these are just a bunch of grinding marks from me grinding the hell out of this thing, getting all the undercoating off. But yeah, this is the only damage. It's pretty minor. Yeah, that's not even a crack. That's just a scrape from me grinding the hell out of this thing. But yeah, that was the only damage on the chassis of the car, which is good. Very minor for an E46, especially a first model year. This car's a 99 with all the parts stamped 98. This is a super early build car, and fortunately it seemed to be, for the most part, pretty solid. So Tim will be over here in due time, and we're going to weld in the reinforcement plates 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then tighten up the welds in the trunk. And then hopefully I can start putting this thing together for the drift day that's coming up very, very soon. Hey guys, I wanted to cut to some voiceover so I could explain some things more thoroughly. So a few episodes back, if you recall, I bought a bunch of parts for the E46, including the Turner Motorsport weld-in subframe reinforcements. So not only does it come with the 4 pieces of metal to reinforce the pickup points where the subframe bolts to the chassis underneath the car, which have to be welded in, there's also 2 more damage-prone areas on the E46 chassis, which are on the top side of the chassis. So you have to cut out these 2 access holes in the trunk floor, and then basically reinforce and tie in these areas where there are 3 spot welds on each side of the car. Those spot welds are prone to fatiguing and cracking as well. So basically to grind them down and reinforce the whole area with more welding. It sounds pretty daunting, but once you actually do the process, it's pretty straightforward. It didn't actually take too long. As always, thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for more. The next episode is going to be putting the car all back together, since this was the last repair that needed to be done. So really exciting. Gonna have the car on the ground ASAP, because like I've mentioned in the videos before, I signed up for a drift event, which is happening just days after this. So it's kind of a jam to get the car done, put back together in time. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.